Ciao and welcome to Tortellino time. When I was in Sicily a couple of weeks ago, together with my sister Mariella and my sister-in-law Giusy, we baked some Sicilian biscuits in advance of Christmas, specific traditional biscuits made with figs and with pumpkin. Those biscuits were also made with pork lard, clearly not a vegetarian option. I'm keen to also provide you with a vegetarian option for some Sicilian biscuits made with almonds. When I bought the ingredients for the other biscuits, also I purchased the ingredients to make these biscuits and this wonderful shop in Castelvetrano called Rizzo, they provided me everything that I need. Not that there is a lot required, but everything is weighed. But I'll talk you through the ingredients because the ingredients actually are widely accessible anywhere in the world and they will be listed in the description. But I'll start with some almonds. These are been whisked in a food processor, so you can actually either buy them or you can just buy almonds and put them in a food processor, and after a few seconds they'll turn into something like this, which is not too dissimilar to like very fine breadcrumbs. This is icing sugar, which I will be adding to the not breadcrumbs, to the almonds. This is essence of vanilla. Again, as they provided me all of the ingredients, they're giving it to me in a little bottle, but you can use a normal one from any supermarket. And this is essence of almonds as well, so again you can buy that from any supermarket. And a teaspoon of baking powder. And I'll mix all of the ingredients together now. One thing I did not explain at the beginning of this video, how simple this recipe is, really simple. I'm now separating the yolk from the white of 4 eggs, and I'm keeping the yolks here. We will be making a lemon curd eventually later this week, as we are cooking also a pavlova for Christmas. And when we do make the lemon curd, if you would like to see how that is made, I will put a link up here eventually, not initially, and then you can have a look. But we will need more than 4 yolks for that, so eventually. Anyway, this will go in the fridge, and this can be mixed here now, followed by a pinch of salt. When I visited Rizzo in Castelvetrano, as well as giving me the ingredients, also they gave me the recipe for this. So actually I am following 100% to the letter their recipe. So this is a truly 100% Sicilian recipe. But back to my eggs. I will whisk them together now. And they're done. Just mix them until they are soft, a bit like snow. And I'll be adding them to my almonds next. And using a spatula, I'm going to start folding everything together. And now it looks like there is a lot of paste there and it looks a bit dry, but do take your time and eventually we'll come together. I've been folding it now for a good minute and it's beginning to reduce in volume, which is a very good sign. Occasionally go in with your finger and just clear the spatula and start again. Okay, I think I'm done with the spatula. I'll park it for a little while and I'll now go in with my fingers. If you're doing this correctly, you will find that it will become annoyingly sticky with your fingers, and that is an excellent sign. That is exactly what we want. But also I've noticed that there is a wonderful smell coming up of almonds, and I think it's the essence of almonds which I've put in. It's really strong. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm happy that this is ready and we can start putting some cookies together next. Okay, so in terms of shape, I'm going to show you the traditional Sicilian shape first, but then I've got lots of ideas, so I'll be doing a few other shapes using my own fantasy. And if you've got children, I highly recommend that you get them involved from the word go, because this is really fun. But let's start with the traditional ones first. You can use a piping bag, but I've got this little syringe, which I think is going to be also very good. So I'm going to start with that first. Here is a tray, which I have lined up with some baking paper. I've done a little tester and asked them up lovely, although for some odd reason I started from the middle of the tray, never mind. And I'm actually finding that it is piping quite easily. This syringe looking thing has got only a little nozzle, so I suspect if you were to use a piping bag with a bigger nozzle it would be considerably easier, but I'm managing. Okay, so I have made 12 using the traditional look or thereabout. I will now go into Fantasyland and start making different shapes based on what I think is fun. And when we were in Sicily, we also bought a few shapes. Some are with a Christmas tree, so no doubt they are all very festive, ideal for this time of the year. So I'll see if I can make use of those. And I'll try different options, so we are learning together. So I'm making a little bowl first. I'll plonk it up here and flatten it. And I'll use this one, first one. I think it might be Santa. Yes, I think it is. So I'll just go in the middle and press it. I'll remove the excess paste from the outside edge. It is quite sticky, but it should be okay. Yeah, that's worked. Maybe another option is to make more than one at the same time. So I'll go back with my little man here, and I'll do a Christmas tree next to it. And I wonder if I can just separate it. And like I did before, I'll remove the excess from the outside, and I'll push it down with my little spoon. And there it is. It's working. And let's finish this Christmas tree, and then I'll do the rest. Press it down, and there it is. Wonderful. It's very sticky, I did say that. So I'll do a few more, and then I'll show you one or two other shapes. Okay, I'm satisfied that I've done enough of my Christmas shapes, and also here the traditional ones. So I'll move on to something slightly different now. So same principle, get a bowl and flatten it. And I'm going to use one of these, so I'll go along and just mark it. And this should be very, very straightforward, I guess. And it is. They look very nice as well. Let's do another one together, and then I'll carry on my own. So there it goes. Now these biscuits are quite rich, so I would avoid making them too big or too thick. I think like this is pretty much a good shape to have in a size. So there it is. Looking wonderful. So I'll see you in a little while. And my last design is going to be the simplest of all. So I'm going to make a little bowl, this size, about a couple of centimeters in diameter. And I'm going to put it in there. And I'm going to be going down with my finger and make a little hole in the middle. The paste is getting quite sticky, by the way, so I need to hurry up. And I am done. And to recap, we got a few traditional looking ones in here, some with the Christmas shapes, and some other shapes in here. So let's do some decorations next. And I'll start with the traditional looking ones first, and I'm putting an almond in the middle because that's what the traditional ones look like generally, so an almond goes in. Actually, I lied, they're not always almonds. I'll remove a couple. Sometimes they also have got a cherry on the top. So I will break it in half, and I'll put that in there and that in there. And I'll do the same with these two as well. One in there and one in there. So we've got almonds ones and a couple of, or 4 with cherries. These are candy cherries, by the way. They're not normal cherries. With the Christmas looking ones, I've decided to use some sprinkles. Actually, in the UK, these are called hundreds of thousands. And the irony is that I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and there was an American person doing some baking, and they were referring to them as tens of thousands. That made me giggle. So what do you call them? Hundreds of thousands? Sprinkles or something else? But I will be honest with you, although I am playing, I do not know how effective they will be because they're not sticking very well, but it's definitely worthwhile trying.
They look lovely if it helps. I've got my sense of taste back, so I'm looking forward to these.
Julie's back, and she has not been feeling great. She's been coughing a lot, she's been a little bit fluid, but she's back. So let's move to these ones now, and let's see what we can invent. So the ones with the holes, I will be using different techniques. A cherry in there and a cherry in there. Maybe we'll do another one, like so. So we'll have 3. But do ensure that you press them down well, so that they do not come off. Earlier I mentioned that with the egg yolks, we'll be making some lemon curd. Julie's already made some, don't worry, we will be making some more. So I will be using a little bit of lemon curd on top of a few of them. Also, as I've got a number of options, I've decided to do a little hole on these as well. And I'm going to use my little finger, and I will be filling them as well. And I'll do one with the lemon curd as well. This is orange marmalade, and I'll do a couple with that as well. There. Oops, where are you going? Apricot jam next. I love apricot jam, so why should I not do them there? And I'll finish my topping with some chocolate spread, hazelnut chocolate spread. So there isn't a rule really. You make your own rules. So I've got a different variety here. And I'm done, and both trays are now ready to go in the oven. Now, I've watched a few videos on YouTube, and some people put them in the oven for 20 minutes at a temperature of 170 degrees. Some people put them in for 15 at 180. I am going to follow the guidelines from my Sicilian shop. And ironically, they say to put the oven at a very, very high temperature, 240, 230, whatever the highest temperature is in your oven, for 5 to 7 minutes until they are golden and lovely and soft. They might not look ready at the end, but they will be ready apparently. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to what they said. And after, once they come out, we can do some icing sugar on top. So I'll see you in about 10 minutes. And having followed the instructions to the letter, after 7 minutes, they look done. Look, they're lovely and gold in color, and they're perfect. I just have a feel, because I think you might get surprised if they're a little bit soft to touch, which they are right now, but I was warned about that. I was told that once they come out, they're a little bit soft. Do not put them back in, otherwise they will become bullets. Leave them as they are, and then they will harden up on the top, and they will remain lovely and soft inside. The purpose here is not to cook them throughout, because there is no flour, it's only the egg, and the egg is going to be binding them together, so they're just perfect. I'll leave them for maybe 15 minutes to cool down, and then we can put a little icing sugar on top and test one or two. And they've been resting now for a good 15 minutes, so they're nice and cold. And also I've placed them on a plate and sprinkled a little icing sugar ready for my picture. I would be honest with you, I did test one when they were still hot and they were lovely, but I know that the cooler they become, the better. So I'll test one of the other ones here, and then I will go. They are absolutely magnificent. They are lovely and soft on the inside, and they crunch on the outside, as they should be, and they're beautiful. Make them, they're dead easy. You can get hold of almonds if you cannot find the ground almonds, and make your own in the food processor. And they're really, really fun to make. Get your children involved, they will love it. You can experiment with shapes, just like I did, and I did have lots of fun. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy them if you do make it, and let me know if you do. Thank you, arrivederci, and ciao. And I'm back, by the way. I thought I'll share with you what we will be doing with ours as they are for Christmas. I have put them inside a chocolate container box, and I will place the lid on, and they will keep now for most probably up to a week or two. Not a problem now.
I very much doubt they will last a week or two. They're delicious. I must have had about 8.
8?
I have been maybe that's an over-exaggeration, slightly.
Anyway, a little addition to the end of my video, and they will last for a good couple of weeks. But if you want to keep them for longer, put them in the freezer and defrost them when you want them. Ciao ciao for now. This time is for real. Bye.